Hey Jimmy, you might have noticed from the news or from my Facebook that Japan has been getting a bit of snow recently. 2 weekends ago it snowed, and then last Saturday it snowed all day, and we got a bunch of snow. And it's been beautiful. I've been waiting for a winter like this since I came to Japan. A proper snowy winter, and it's been really nice. I've been taking tons of pictures. But Ife and I are trying to get to Tokyo tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and we're finding out that the trains and the buses are still cancelled for them, which is confusing because it hasn't snowed since Saturday, and that was 3 days ago. But it wouldn't have been confusing if I had, for example, read or watched the news, which I did a couple of minutes ago, and now according to reports, Nagano got somewhere between 70 and 90 centimeters of snow. My friend who lives in the mountains says that the snow was as high as me. I don't know where the hardest hit areas in the country were, except a bunch of places around Japan were seeing record snowfall, some of which was twice the amount of the previous record, which was just crazy. And so I went to japantimes.co.jp and I started reading the news. I got a bunch of stories that I expected, the weight of the snow making structures buckle, and little car garages, Japanese-style car garages collapsing on their cars. Then I saw this. Snow on the highway past the tires of cars, nothing can move. A couple of people died here. Some guy was found frozen to death in his car. Another guy was found to have died from asphyxiation because his tailpipe had been blocked and the car filled up with carbon monoxide. The entire end of the tunnel is not there anymore. It has been walled up with snow. This is the Chuo train line. At least I think it's the Chuo train line. But you can't get off. There were reports of people spending the night in these stranded trains, thousands of people stranded at the airport. As you can see, thousands of people stranded on the highway. There's a guy, and he is hacking his way to one of these little bubble things, which are cars. Kane gets a lot of snow. We need snowmobiles to go to work or school sometimes, except I've never seen snow like this before, I can tell ya. Some places in Yamanashi Prefecture got over 100 centimeters of snow, which I checked is about 40 inches, which is over half of my height. My school is about 100 meters from my apartment, and Yifei doesn't have to go out, and so we've been pretty safe. Too safe, because we found ourselves criticizing the so-called crappy service of trains, but in fact the entire middle of the country is having quite an emergency right now, and if I would watch TV more, I would have known that. A little embarrassed. A number of fatalities, thousands of people injured, and thousands more people stranded in smaller mountain towns. There's kind of a national emergency going on. This is sort of a bigger thing than I expected. And it's compounded for the fact in cities like Chino, because people in Japan don't tend to have yards. So even if snow plows do come by, there's nowhere for the snow to go really. And so all of the 2-lane roads have turned into 1-lane roads. And my phone has been ringing a couple of times a day with announcements about which highways are still closed and where you can bring all the snow that you're shoveling but don't have anywhere else to put. Actually, Yifei corrected me. These announcements aren't about closed highways, they're about emergency shelters that you can use in the case you're stranded. Which means despite my Japanese language proficiency test score, I still have a really bad time reading things. So, note to self, I need to watch news more and research before I speak. I hope that we can get to Tokyo tomorrow or the day after, because we got stuff to do, right? We got stuff to do. We got friends to meet and things to sign and empires to build. Alright, that's all for me for now. See you next week.